welcome. So this is the first video I've ever made, and this is really weird, because I have red hair and stuff. So I'm trying to be quiet because my parents are still in bed, but what I want to talk about is those damn Christians on the side of the road, handing out Bibles and stuff. I don't know about any of you, but I've had run-ins with lots of these kinds of people, and it's not fun to say the least. You know, the ones that are just yelling on the side of the road, throwing stuff in your face, handing you pamphlets, and you're just like, no. So something that I've always thought about, and I really have a lot of trouble with this, is these kinds of people don't really show remorse or feelings towards other people, such as the gays, the atheists, the Muslims. So if I saw one of these Christians hurting on the side of the road, honestly, deep down, I don't know if I would help them or not, just because of how they've treated other people in the past, and how I've been treated in the past, and I know how many of you have been treated in the past. So that's something that I struggle with. I don't know if you struggle with it, but it's always been really hard for me thinking about that. Another thing I want to talk about is the trolls. The ones that get on your page on Instagram and just talk a bunch of nonsense and don't make any sense at all, and they just spam you and spam you and spam you and spam you with random comments that they're just completely illogical. Well, just ignore them. Ignore them, block anybody else that tries to do this to you, because it's not worth your time, to be completely honest. But if there are Christians or anybody of faith out there that is honestly trying to have a conversation with you, have that conversation, because it's really good to get other people's views and how other people see the world, because everything isn't the way you see it. Even if you know that you're right, or if you think that you're right, you may not be right. So it's always something to consider to stay open-minded and always treat people equally. With that being said, coming back to the Christians that treat everybody else like complete garbage and horseshit, yes, deep down I know that I need to have respect for them and that I need to help them if they're in need or hurting. It's just something that's really hard for me to do because of my past, and because of things that I've seen, things that I've heard about, things that have happened to me. But that's a struggle I have, and I have to overcome that and learn to accept them as they are, no matter how demeaning or sadistic and evil as they come off as. You just have to put that aside and see them as the person that they are, because chances are they were brought up as Christian by their parents and they don't know any better. So one last thing I want to touch on is indoctrinated people. People that are brought up having religion just shoved down their throat, having it force-fed to them, forced to go to church every Sunday and Wednesday, those kinds of people. And those kinds of people that have the parents that hate gays, talk about horrible, horrible things. Those kinds of people, I can't blame them, because they honestly don't know any better. Not that they're stupid or don't have any knowledge or they don't have a brain or anything like that. They're just ignorant to what's going on around them, if you know what I mean. Like, they just want to cut themselves off from the world and have their own perfect world, and they don't care about how anybody else feels. They only care about them and God. And in my eyes, that's really, really selfish, and I despise that. I can't stand for it. I can't stand anyone who thinks like that, so it's very hard for me to grasp that concept, and it's something I struggle with too, to not blame those people for how they act. If you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, and tell me how I can get better at making these. Have a nice day.